What's up, people? Welcome back to another explanation video. This time I'm gonna go over what is the abandoned floors. So yeah, it is very important to know what that means. Some people that are confused, like earlier when I made that video for it. And yeah, I'm gonna explain that real quick and how you would get there. And it's actually quite simple. So yeah, with that being said, then let's do this. Okay, so what it is that first of all you have to start a NG plus run. No matter what the difficulty is, you can do it on the normal version, the extreme version, the supreme version, from the main manual. So once you pick that, and then you go to certain areas. So for example, if you want to go to like floor 20, or if you just want to finish, like the one that I talk about with XP is that where you finish the first 10 floors, skipping a bunch cutscenes, you go to the Centauria, and then there is a crystal there. I mean, anytime you get a crystal there, you can technically abandon the run. So what you gotta do is just whatever you feel like to abandon the run, you can just go to a crystal. For example, if I'm at a floor 100, but I'm not really in the DLC right now. I mean, I'm just in the floor. I'm not really like doing any stories, because once you abandon the story, you can still go into the floors, but you just don't have the stories. And that's pretty much it. That's what abandoned dungeon is. So all you gotta do is, for example, if I'm at floor 100 right now and I want to abandon this run, all you gotta do is press the crystal, like just save and quit to the title. And once you save and quit in the title, there is I'll just do that real quick. I don't have the abandon since I already did earlier, so all you gotta do is select save and quit. Then you go to the main menu, and usually the manual will pop up a option once you're in the main menu. I'm gonna let this thing load real quick. It takes a little bit time. So once you're in the main menu, so you just press any buttons as usual, and up here, instead of mine says blooming of Matricaria Plus, but if you're in a run, there will be an option there says abandon. So you select that and click yes. That way you're no longer in the DLC story. So once you do that, so you're completely out of the DLC, because that option is for players that wants to, if you find it too difficult when you get to a certain point of the DLC in the new, like in the NG plus. That's a way to exit the DLC for players that can't continue any further. For example, like extreme, supreme, if you stuck in any place that you can't pass it, and that is the feature for you to exit. So once you do that, you just press continue, and I'm gonna do that real quick. So for example, if that everything happened like what I described, you exit the run. So just go back to the game, press continue. So yeah, once you in the game, you're actually still able to go to the dungeons. Like for example, like here, I'm still back in the dungeon. I can explore any floor I want, from like the first floor to floor 100. You can go there. It's just that you're not gonna get the boss fights and all that stuff. You're not gonna get the sword, because this is abandon is different than DLC story. So this is no story. This is just basically go to an empty area and just you can go in there and farm. Like farm the like I mentioned, farm the XP or farm some other items that drops. There are some items, accessories that drops in the floors that's what I'm trying to go through and confirm some of the stuff, because it is a lot of stuff in the floor trying to figure out, you know, some of the drop locations. So once you do that, you will be able to explore the dungeon, you know, freely. However, if you want to have a save point each 20 levels, you must get to that point of the story. For example, if I start at level 20 and I want the level 20 as a fast travel point, I have to beat the DLC story, then abandon it from there. If I want the floor 40, I have to go to the floor 40 to save my game, and then abandon it. Then you will have access to fast travel. If you don't, you have to walk all the way from whatever that save point to all the way to the top. So that's really it. Like, if you want to save, you're able to travel to floor 80, you're gonna have to continue the story till whichever you can have access to a save point there, then abandon it. That way you can access the fast travel point. However, it doesn't take too long to go up to like 80 floors, to be honest, but it is much faster than going through the stories. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it for the quick explanation video for what the abandon is. There's also a quick note I want to make, is that if you were doing the XP method earlier, the video that I make, if you want to do it on extreme, you don't have to abandon. If you can kill the level 400 or even supreme, you can do the same method without actually doing the abandon. The abandon is only for people that like they want to fight a lower enemy but still get XP. And once you reach around 170, you're not gonna get a lot more XP until you play a higher, you know, difficulty, like extreme, like what I'm saying, extreme runs or supreme runs. So other than that, for people who can beat the level 400 enemies to get massive XPs, just do the abandon run and get the lower enemy, so you can still get quite a bit of XP, so which is nice. So yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for the explanation for what the abandon is. It's just basically a shell of the floors. You can go back anytime you want to explore once you abandon it, so you're no longer doing the DLC, and the enemy levels will be lower by a lot. So yeah, other than that, there's one thing I want to mention, is that the only way you can travel back and forth to the places whatever you have the teleport access. Other than that, you're gonna have to start a new run in order to basically not have any of these stuff. Like, you won't get any of these access if you start a new run. Like, that's the only way to override if you want to. That's why the NG is like, you can play it anytime you want. Even if you abandon it now, you can still go back to NG and start over again, and then you probably just won't have like the some of the save states. For example, if floor 20, I can fast travel there, but if I start at NG now, I won't be able to travel there because you're in the progress of the story. So that way it's a little bit different. So that's pretty much it for the explanation. And yeah, I'll be working on a lot of stuff. Like I said, there's still a lot in this game to explore and etc. It will take some time, and I'm no rush for it. You know, I'm just gonna take my time because I'm pretty busy. You know, it's hard to do. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to work while making content. So yeah, I'll just take my time through there. And other than that, yeah, there are plenty more stuff I'll have videos for. It's just that I don't upload all of them at once. It's just like maybe just daily and other stuff. So other than that, soon probably I will do a supreme run to start from the very beginning to floor 100 and be the final boss, so that way people can see what kind of setup I use for it to go through the whole run. So instead of like, I could make a video for like what my teams are, but it'll be a long time, so I might as well just stream the whole thing in one video and explain it there, so that way it's much easier. So other than that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, Until next time.